Hey friends, it's another episode of It's 420 Somewhere, and it is Wednesday, so we have a lot going on today. I have the window open, so there are a lot of cars passing, sorry about that, but it's a beautiful day, so I'm just going to keep it open, I don't care. Today is kind of a second part of the legalization update day that we did on Monday, so this is going to be part 2 for the French speakers out there, part 2, and it's mainly not the best news. Just keeping track of where each state is at this point. There are 3 states that have passed the deadline for legislation for this year, and those 3 states are Hawaii, Maryland, and Wyoming. So those 3 states are out of the picture for 2021 in any kind of marijuana recreational legalization. However, there are plenty of other states that are still trying to seek marijuana reform, and those states, at least from what we know right now, those states are New York, Kansas, North Dakota, Rhode Island, New Mexico, and Delaware. And we've spoken about New Mexico and New York because of the efforts of the governor. New Mexico will potentially get it by the end of this month, and the same with New York. And I think there was word just today that they had crossed over some boundaries, some hurdles that were getting in the way of New York negotiations. So that should be coming within the next few days. Okay, and for the TikTok today, I got myself into this little rabbit hole of kind of filmmakers on TikTok. So I found this one person who's just like awesome. She has the most stylish videos in the world, and I highly recommend checking out all of her stuff. This one's really cool.
On your knees. Well, well, well. If it isn't Billy Bob Thornton. You know there's a bounty on your head. If I turned you in, I'd be a wealthy woman. Mary, checking for valuables. He feels like a bitch. That's 'cause he is one. You killed my mom. You killed my pa. Worst of all, you killed Jack. Now I'm gonna kill you. But you know what? I'm feeling generous today. The Lord says to be generous, right, Mary? You're damn right he does. I'm gonna give you a 5-second head start. 1, 2, 3. Just kidding.
All right, and the second story is back to Colorado. They just keep on leading by example and showing the rest of the country that if you put marijuana at the top of your priority list, things usually work out pretty well in terms of the taxes that you gain, in terms of the lack of unnecessary prison sentences. There are a couple things that came out of Colorado just today. One is legislation that was signed by the governor that creates social equity licenses. It's called the Social Equity Bill, where it gives grants, loans, and assistance to licensees who have this social equity license, which is going towards people who have been most affected by the war on drugs, so typically Black and minority communities, and they're getting the loans and the grants and assistance from the government. They're starting with $4 million. That's all coming out of tax revenue, and that will probably just grow from this point, which is just absolutely phenomenal news, and it's a wonderful bill. The second thing coming out of Colorado is that they're in the midst of increasing their possession limit from 1 ounce to 2 ounces, so doubling the limit. And 1 ounce has kind of been the standard across the country of the limit of possession. However, as we said in the beginning, Colorado is just leading by example, and so whatever they do, people typically follow. So we'll probably see something similar to this show up in California. Maine already has it. Maine has 2.5 ounces as the limit, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, and that's really it today. The last thing is that New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy had said during a press briefing about other drugs alongside marijuana, quote, "Am I open-minded to further decriminalization? I suppose so, but I think we've taken the biggest step, and that is marijuana." So the fact that New Jersey is considering decriminalizing other drugs like psilocybin or LSD is very, very encouraging. That would be great. The other thing is I watched the first 3 hours of Justice League last night. I have 1 more hour to go. I was very drained from the experience. It's my first DC film, so it was interesting. I didn't really understand what was going on for the first hour and a half, but I think I picked up, and yeah, so I have an hour to go.
Hi there. You look sleepy. I'm pretty sleepy too. Let's have sleepy time.